India's Defence Ministry has amended a policy that could prevent an ammunition crisis in future conflicts. This update to the Revenue Procurement Manual removes the need for private companies to get a No-Objection Certificate from state-owned Munitions India Limited before setting up ammunition manufacturing units. This change allows private companies to independently manufacture items such as 105mm, 130mm and 150mm artillery shells, Pinaka multi-barrel rockets, 1,000-pound bombs, mortar rounds and grenades. The amendment, part of broader updates to the Defence Procurement Manual 2025, approved in September 2025, removes barriers that previously restricted private sector involvement in these areas where public sector units held dominance. This development holds key importance for India's defence capabilities as it aims to boost domestic production of ammunition and reduce reliance on imports amid global supply chain disruptions. India currently produces 70 to 75% of its defence products domestically, with the remainder imported, leaving vulnerabilities in sustained munitions supply during conflicts. The policy shift supports the goal of achieving full self-reliance in ammunition by the end of 2025, addressing gaps exposed by prolonged wars where ammunition depletion can halt operations. For instance, in the Ukraine-Russia conflict, shortages have forced rationing, highlighting the need for robust production to maintain firepower. In the present scenario, India's ammunition manufacturing faces shortcomings like insufficient capacity for propellants, which lags 5 to 6 times behind military requirements, leading to potential bottlenecks in scaling up output. The overall ammunition market in India was valued at USD 843.3 million in 2024, with projections to reach USD 1,149.3 million by 2033 at a compound annual growth rate of 3.5%. Defence exports, including ammunition, reached Rs 23,622 crore in the financial year 2024-25, marking a 12% increase from the previous year, driven by global demand amid ongoing conflicts. However, domestic production struggles to meet peak wartime needs, as seen in reliance on public sector units for most output. Current production rates for specific munitions vary, but recent acquisitions provide insight into capacity. For Pinaka rockets, an order worth Rs 10,147 crore was cleared in January 2025 for ammunition procurement, indicating efforts to ramp up stocks. Artillery shells, a staple in modern warfare, are produced at rates that support exports but fall short of high-intensity conflict demands. This decision to open production to private firms can augment rates by leveraging additional manufacturing lines from companies like Reliance, which has a 155mm shell plant, potentially increasing overall output through competition and investment. With private sector entry, India could expand capacity beyond the current USD 2,029.2 million weapons and ammunition manufacturing market in 2024, projected to grow to USD 2,579 million by 2033 at 2.7% annually. Several institutions are involved in India's munitions development. The Defence Research and Development Organization oversees research, collaborating with public sector undertakings like Bharat Dynamics Limited, which produces missiles such as Akash, and Bharat Electronics Limited for surface-to-air systems. Munitions India Limited, formed from corporatized ordnance factories, handle ammunition like artillery shells and bombs, while other defence public sector units manage related components. Private companies including Tata Group, Larsen & Toubro, Mahindra Group and Bharat Forge contribute to subsystems and now can directly produce full munitions under the new rules. For example, Bharat Dynamics Limited has partnerships with DRDO for indigenous missile tech, achieving production of systems deployed in operational scenarios. In a war scenario, this policy would enhance India's ability to sustain prolonged engagements by ensuring steady munitions flow, preventing the ammunition droughts that have plagued conflicts like the Ukraine-Russia war. Estimates from that war show Russia firing between 10,000 and 70,000 artillery shells per day at peaks, with averages around 27,000 shells daily as of July 2025, while Ukraine's usage has ranged from 2,000 to 10,000 shells daily, often limited to 3,000 to 4,000 due to shortages. Such high consumption rates, Russia producing about 250,000 shells monthly or roughly 8,000 per day, demonstrate how rapid depletion can cripple forces, with Ukraine's peak of 9,000 shells daily correlating to 35 to 45 soldiers killed and 250 to 300 wounded per day when firing 10,000 rounds. For India, augmented production through private involvement could support similar daily rates for artillery shells and Pinaka rockets, enabling sustained barrages without import delays. This would improve battlefield impact by maintaining suppressive fire, protecting troops and disrupting enemy advances, much like how Russia's higher shell usage has provided tactical edges despite losses. Overall, the amendment positions India to build stockpiles for deterrence, with private firms accelerating output to match wartime needs and bolstering export potential amid global ammunition demands. For 1,000-pound bombs, private entry could raise yields to 3,000 to 4,000 per year, integrating advanced guidance kits. Overall, the amendment could elevate total munitions output by 40 to 50% in 2 years per industry estimates by distributing manufacturing across 20 to 30 private units, reducing PSU overload and import reliance from 60% to under 30%. In a war scenario, this reform proves transformative for operational sustainability. During prolonged hostilities, such as a border conflict lasting beyond 30 days, current stockpiles would deplete rapidly, risking artillery blackouts as experienced in simulations. Private manufacturing enables rapid surge capacity, up to 200% in peaks, through modular lines and parallel supply chains, ensuring uninterrupted flow of 105mm shells for field guns and Pinaka salvos for area denial. For air forces, steady 1,000-pound bomb supplies support precision strikes without grounding squadrons. By mitigating single-point failures in PSUs, it safeguards against disruptions, maintaining firepower superiority and allowing forces to sustain 100,000 shells monthly, far exceeding pre-amendment limits. This positions India to deter aggression effectively, turning self-reliance into a strategic multiplier.